play. I mean, if you ever want to learn about the push-out, the push-out's really about, you're not going to get ball in hand off the push-out usually unless someone's really made a bad one, right? It's about usually having a kick in return or some type of jump that's doable.
Yeah, and you saw the motion from Shaw. You wanted to trickle down behind the 6 and 7 there. Kicking heavy behind it, going to stick. Look at the speed. He's lost the cue ball. Jayson going to have a look.
Yeah, an awkward one. We'll get a better look here in a moment. Should be able to escape. Not easy, though. He's kind of maybe has to take a little distance on the 3. Oh, he could draw it. He cheated the pocket a bit. I think he wants the cue ball cleaned again. Sorry, the shot clock's off a little bit there. Did use extension, but it's only a 30-second added. Little odd here, just a hair. If he draws it, he could end up near the 9. Can he follow out?
Yeah, I think he can draw it out. I think he can follow out. I think he's got a couple options. He's punched it out 2 rails below the 5.
Now easily around the 8 towards somewhat the center, maybe a hair past.
Yeah, and Jayson Shaw looking to tie this up. Double J was trailing 3 games to 0. Looked all to be Manus. Shaw, 7-time Mosconi Cup champion, 3-time MVP. And he's been unfazed by the early start from AJ Manus. Jayson Shaw not going away. 3 games apiece.
Where's the other one?
Alcaide in the lead here. Table number 2.
Yeah, another guy I think that has improved since the break has improved with more speed. It was always a little questionable on that forceful break. Not the case here in 2025.
Yeah, you know where David gets beat is, when the tables are playing a little easier and a guy can break and run 2 or 3. He looks extremely confident. I think that in the back of his mind, he just knows he's going to get opportunities, whether it be kick shots, jump shots, straight in looks. I think that confidence is really built within this week for David. Here's the kick we often see, Jeremy, off the top of the 9.
Yeah, but again, shaking the head, just got to get on with it. He's winning games without that initial shot after the break, so just keep breaking the balls the way you are. Those things will turn around. They usually do anyway.
Yeah, and you're right about that, right? Because oftentimes that cue ball will scratch up in the top left. Just move on with it.
Yeah, he may have to push out here. I tell you, even having a look, this has been a couple times he could see the ball and still has to play a push out. So he's going to move this 3 maybe to where it gives him a little more maybe cover to run to, maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah, AJ may dice this in.
Is there a play off the 5?
Yeah, that's heavy, isn't it? No, actually really good.
Yeah, once the cue ball cleaned.
Yeah, it must just be really sticky out there, and he's feeling that. Because you don't get, you're not supposed to get a timeout to get the cue ball clean. So I think he's announced his extension, or else the clock is running thin. Go for the make here, I guess. Could come back at the 9.
Here's another look. What a great shot by Jayson. Caught a piece of the 9, like you touched on, Double J. He'd like to have caught it flush, right? I don't think he has a... Yeah, he's got a sliver of the 3.
Yeah, and this is where he is so underrated, in my opinion. Being able to get the snooker at a lot of times. Ooh, that ball checked. That ball checked big time.
Yeah, let's keep a close eye on how AJ responds. Leading this match early at 3-0.
Yeah, he's got to go light here. 3 on the side rail cue ball. That's a heavy one. And again, when they go look, I just can't express it enough. When you go look from behind the 8, it's amazing how often the guys hit the speed. But when they don't, it's amazing how often the speed is off. And I think he can cut this one with the 4 near.
Yeah, no question. We'll chop this. Like a bounce here. I think the lower right's available, but could go to the right side and just check out the lower left corner.
And then he's going to lean on that talent. I think he's fairly straight here. Maybe going into the 9 a little bit. Just come 1 row up for the 6 in the lower right. Needs to go a little bit. Needs to go a lot to make things comfortable. Surprised he ended up short.
He's got a lot of room up past the left side, though he doesn't have to try and check this 2 rails. The 7 in a pretty good position. But he's going to probably try to check this. Oh, I like it. That's what I was talking about there. Just take your distance.
Yeah, just kind of remind yourself how good you are. It's really not that hard of a shot for a guy like Jayson, especially playing very well.
And he's asking to get the cue ball cleaned again.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a theme throughout the match is what I'm seeing. So referee better be ready. Maybe even get a fresh pair of gloves.
Yeah, I've noticed Jason's actually been doing that most of the tournament. Looks like he's coming 2 rails out of the top left.
I wonder if it's going to make the rails play a little softer, like he ended up short on the 6 right there. You know what I mean? Not as much bounce, just getting it cleaned here and there. And it's not a material on there or a substance, let's say. It's just making sure none of the chalk marks are on the cue ball. There's that jump shot that really got him control.
Yeah, there is a new leader in the clubhouse, Jayson Shaw, 4-3.
Filipino people, they love their pool. Just kind of curious, though, what it may look like in here tomorrow if no Filipinos make the Final Four. Thought about that, Scott?
Well, I was shocked, when you just brought it up. I was shocked earlier to realize there's only 2 left. And, yeah, it's a very good point. I think Jayson Shaw has that plan. Looks like Alcaide might have it as well. You would be relieved to get a good look here.
Well, you just got to believe it's going to change. That's why you stay positive with it. And I think clearing his head after not liking some of the outcomes of the break has helped him a ton, trying to work for that first shot. And now here it is.
Yeah, it's got to be refreshing. It's a real good layout, too, from the pink 4 on. It's all about getting on this. You can go straight up here and work out of the top right corner. It's all right going to the right side of the table as well.
Yeah, I think if the 8 wasn't there, he definitely comes 2 cushions at it. But, why take that chance? Just you got to work a little more on the pink here coming out of the upper right corner. Don't think it'll be a billiard on the 9 on the side. It is playable, though. I think the 6 goes in both the side and the corner. Ooh, caught that a little heavy. Won't hurt him. Hear something barking around here.
Yeah, I think it's a dog fight. We're not talking about Shaw and Manis.
Yeah, he hit that very clean. Now this will tell us for sure. I think the 6 does play. Hair off angle. Can he ease it?
This is what Jayson Shaw lives for. Big crowds, great competition, and winning. Immediately trailed 3 games to 0. Little let up there. Now leading 5 games to 3. Pretty great response by Eagle Eye. Really looks focused, Double J.
Yeah. Definitely just kind of seems like he's getting himself together before every shot, which is good. Still playing with a lot of rhythm also. 4-3 is the contest on table 2. You can tell that was a push out that's given back. And they've played at a nice pace as well. 7 games. Pretty much right alongside the TV table.
Yeah, a little bit surprising, actually, because that first game, I believe, took quite a while. I think they'd played 2 games, Manis and Shaw. They were still on game number 1, so they've actually played at a quicker pace after game number 1.
Yeah, David's got a little piece of this 2 ball. Should be something underneath the 7 and 5 for safety as the 2 goes up table. Oh, he checked it much more than he could ever imagine, I think. Ball checked a lot. Maybe he had to get into it a little bit to make sure the 2 gets all the way up.
And what a view right there. Jayson Shaw leading 5-3 and breaking.
Yeah, he keeps getting that kiss to that upper corner.
I don't think it's panic time for that, though, right? He seems to be winning the games where the push-out comes into play, so I would look at it and recognize, hey, maybe this doesn't hurt you. It just helps you.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to push out to a kick when you're winning other ways, but this one he may have to. Or the pink's in the way of the 2 rail escape, though, like if he rolled on top of the 3 maybe or something like that. So he's going to roll out to maybe a sliver of the 2, and then the kick from behind's obviously there.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't want to leave that on the rail, obviously, but boy, it's tight behind it.
Yeah, the problem with that is when it's tight behind it, you can't worry about the object ball getting all the way up the table. Then you'll lose the cue ball. So it's all got to be about holding it. And the problem with that is the 8's right there, kind of in somewhat the path of the 2. So we'll see the speed he plays it. If he plays it with a lot of speed, I expect the cue ball to go to the left rail. Otherwise, he can hold it on the lighter one. Yeah.
So, I think that's all outsmarting once again. And I'm just basically what I'm getting at is maybe a lack of experience under the gun for AJ Manis, because it was really tight kicking behind that 2. Here we go again. Cue ball cleaning, number 4.
Yeah, you got to, like I said, when it's tight, you have to ignore the 2 getting all the way up if you want to hold the ball. It just has to be at a lighter speed. It's hard, though. It's hard to pull the trigger like that. You know what I mean? You're trying to get protection with the object ball. A huge shot in this match, in my opinion, right here. Yeah, if he goes on to get out, we know what kind of power and, AJ possesses these skills to be able to put a lot of racks together, but he's got to get control first, and I think that's going to be a tussle.
Yeah, it's pretty evident that control for AJ is going to be a tussle. As long as Jayson doesn't miss that odd ball, and that's what Jayson will do from time to time, is miss a ball that he's not supposed to. Lapse of concentration. That is the only time Jayson Shaw really makes the mistake, when he's in gear. But I just get the feeling that's not really going to happen in this particular match. I think Jayson is so up for this for so many different reasons.
Yeah, got into it nicely there. Likes to pinch the ball a little bit when he can, but there he had to deliver more of a full stroke, and you could tell it really opened up the pocket on the pink. Now, don't try to get too much. Just in between the 7-8 is all right. 7 doesn't pass the 9. So he's got to play maybe to the lower right or come up for the combo. Pretty nice to go to the lower right, though, isn't he? Really good.
Yeah, keeping the cue ball off the rail as well. Just tells you how dialed he is right now. On the verge of 6 in a row from Shaw after a huge statement by AJ Manis, winning 3 in a row out the gate.
Yeah, and from my recollection, I don't think Manis has pocketed a ball in those 6 games either. It's all just been some safeties, the one jump that he didn't quite get safe at. So that tells you what Jayson's done, not only running the balls and clearing the table, but fighting for that first shot as good as anything.
And it is 6 in a row from Shaw. No celebrations. It's not time. He is dialed in. Talk about a dogfight. You're going to have one over here, 4 games apiece, Ignacio and Alcaide.
Talk about a tough push out. Really difficult, besides maybe the jump. That's what I was looking at, pushing on the 6, just trying to get that kick.
And now maybe reverting to the jump over the 8.
Pretty sure that David will pass, but
I actually think he caught a piece of the point there to where the cue ball shortened up a little bit more than he expected. Which I mean by that is the pink 4 might have him cut off from a clean jump. At least to make it. And he's not going to get a look on a great break. You just got to keep plugging away, though.
if he can tie up. It's hard to tie up to 7-5 accurately and keep him off the shot on the 3. I don't think that's really an option. Difficult push out, though, with the 4 and the 6 the way they are.
I wonder if there's any value in just rolling forward, maybe a chip jump shot on the 3 due to where the pink is at. Going up table's a little scary, to your point, Jeremy, with the push out, because the 4 and 6 are so big. The 5 and 7, just so many defensive options if you put the cue up table.
Yeah, what Jason's looking at is he's trying to leave a very much a tester that has no guaranteed position. He doesn't want to roll to the left corner to where it's easy to come off the 3 and get behind the 4. So somewhere around the first diamond, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think you can shoot at this. How do you get position? I don't think there's a tester there at all.
Yeah, but I think it's a great push out though, because you're not leaving anything easy.
Sure.
Yeah, you got, and that's why he's getting it back. The shot's not easy. Position behind the shot is not easy, but it's not a natural to just easily get over behind the 6 as well. So Jason's going to lean on something here, maybe his talent and trying to edge the ball.
Yeah, I like doing that, Jeremy, where you're just thinning the 3 to the left, long railing down, seeing if you can get back up in the top right corner potentially. Maybe you can edge the left side of it. Or you can bank it up and use the 9.
I think that's what he's doing. He wants to just make AJ have to play some type of safety, and now the cross corner, the cross side might be on.
He's going to tell us a lot here. Oh, he's caught the point. Didn't have position either. Kind of didn't have his mind made up whether he's going all out or kind of a two-way there, right?
Yeah, I think you hit it exactly right there, Scott. He could have just kind of stopped his ball to have a cut on the pink, and therefore I think heightened his chances of making the bank on the 3 as well. So just maybe feeling a little heat from Eagle Eye, and why wouldn't he? I mean, Eagle Eye's played just outstanding.
Yeah, definitely earned some respect from AJ with that shot right there. That's what it tells us, right? Not real confident with, but if you're going to play the bank, speaking for AJ, like Jeremy just said, you want to stun the cue ball right there. Just stop, because you got a nice cut on the pink, which would have led you to the 5.
Well, I think what's happened also is with all the push-out situations and some tactical things, giving back some push-outs. It's kind of curious, man. Am I making the right decision here? What am I doing? Because I've lost a few games, not only with Jayson running out, but with me maybe not making the best decision, not taking on some of these shots. Now Jayson's real crafty though, so I mean that's the one part of the game that will come with experience. It's just so vast, right, Scott? You can't get it all, and even if you're started coming out, as soon as you were in diapers, if you started playing, you can't get all the information at 18 or 19 years old.
Yeah, 100%. Not a knock on AJ Manis. He's just not been around long enough.
Yeah, and 7 on the spin, and a really impressive 7 racks as well. And I still don't know if AJ has pocketed a ball during those 7.
I don't believe he has. Jayson Shaw leading 7 games to 3, earning the respect of AJ Manis.
Yeah, and also maybe AJ, if he gets a chance, time to take a little step away from the table and try and just change things up a little bit. They're right on pace here. Really getting through the racks pretty nicely. Odd shot here with ball in hand, just because he's got to get on the 3. I don't think it passes the 9. And the 5's in a funny spot across the table. So this first shot, he's got to hit pretty well, because if he gets a little off, even if he has a shot to make it, it could be tough to get position. this has got to go quite a ways. Now, if he gets the bottom of the ball, that will help to where he can at least come to the bottom rail and back up. If he had landed on the rail there, it would have been real trouble.
All right, the 1 is down. Throwing the hand up a little bit, but listen, the 2's up there by itself. He's got a good look at whatever he decides to do here. To me, first glance, it's bringing the 2 back down table and maybe using the 3, but he could cut at this. I think that there's big benefit to it. I just don't know if he can gain position. I think the 3 is the big ball to get behind here.
Yeah, absolutely. And play the 2 as much as anything with the 6 and the 9 and all that there, right? Oh, he found a gap. Well, that ball kind of curled over to the left a little bit that last 6 or 8 inches.
Yeah, he put a little bit of a check on the cue ball, right? And that's why the cue ball died over there off the second rail, and that's really how the gap has been found. This is where AJ really needs to buckle down and understand what's happening here. How about just chop it in from nowhere? My.
Yeah, and he's gotten a shot here. I was thinking he was cutting at it. To be honest with you, it just kind of didn't have a whole lot of the ball, I don't think, either. Could have maybe come behind the 5-4 with the cue ball, kind of like cut the 2 a little towards the pocket, but this little extra time I like. Just one real nice shot again here, getting back to the left center of the table. This has got to go.
Yeah, he needs some help here, and he is not going to receive it.
So go ahead, Scott. Sorry. I was just going to say these angles sure fool me. I thought he could put high left and come down the left side for a cut on the pink.
Yeah, it's next best thing right there, but definitely needed to get through the cue ball a little bit better. Maybe just a little straight, not to be able to use the high left.
I guess, but then I thought he might use the big draw stroke he's got. But, all right, here, just a high ball. You want to hit it full and just take your chances with the cue ball continuing down to the bottom. Maybe the 4 gets up table a little bit. Yeah, like that.
Oh, he might have a chance to get this if it's got the pace. If it's got the pace. I mean, all you can ask is to make a good hit there, and he made nice contact. And there's the bonus.
It looked like it rolled pretty darn true as well. Got a finish here, coming backwards with the cue ball.
Wow. So clean there, Jeremy. And look at the speed at which he hit it. That's how comfortable he is right now. Really, where's the mistake been from Jayson Shaw? I haven't seen it. We're into game number 11. He's been fearless and flawless. Extending the lead. This is the shot for me, my gosh. Didn't catch any of the right long rail. He cannot be more dialed in than Jayson Shaw is right now. Jayson gonna step away for 2 seconds. We'll be back with you in 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure if AJ left. think he did, but might be hard for him to kind of get through the crowd, mid-match or not. Looks like both tables have taken a small break. The players have stepped away. It's 5 apiece on table 2. Well, AJ did pocket a ball, 2 balls in that last one. What a 2-ball he did make, though, cutting that ball in. And I guess it was just hard to draw the ball, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what they were looking at. And I'll tell you, I don't know. I just watched Ignacio's break. I don't know how there's not a soft break warning called there. I mean, just barely hit the rack at all. Really kind of shocking to me, but no question here on the soft break. No question at all. Yeah, maybe a little concerned with the 4-6, but man, he's playing so good. He's got a great look here on the 2. I know the 5's down table, but Eagle Eye can usually make up for these things. And yeah, the 4-6 is a little funny, but he's got a great look here. He's just got to maintain a little angle to try and create something. He needs some help here. He needs that to go. Don't know that's going to be what he wanted. And I'll tell you, Scott, I watched Ignacio break, and that's about the 3rd time. I don't have a clue how the referee has not implemented a warning for the soft break. I mean, it is just, he's just barely hitting him at all.
Yeah. Can't disagree. And that's all a result of being straight, trying to create that angle there. Did he get away with it? He has not, but a lot of work to do for Manis. My goodness, this is not easy. And that's what happens when you catch that inside knuckle with speed on these Rassens. It will not go.
Yeah, and AJ's got to be smart here. Looks like he's got to get 3 rails around and just make a decision. Okay, got a lot out of the cue ball. Now with the 5 down table, and he got near the rails, so little things working against him at the moment. What do you like, Scott?
I don't know. Hard to believe he actually got all the way up there from where he was. Can you cross this over and use the 5 and 9? It's just so scary. Is he shooting at this?
He's shooting. So hard to make this ball and get position. Oh, he almost fluked it off the 8. But that's why I said he's got to get around and make a really good decision. This match isn't over. He's got the ability to come back. Of course, it doesn't look like Jayson is going to give in much, but Jayson may not get to the table much if you get control of the breaking in.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, though. He did not hit the 4 bad. I'm speaking of AJ. If the 8 wasn't there, I actually believe it probably would have gone. But I don't know. How do you fault him for shooting at it? I didn't see a real easy safety.
No, but I still feel like it's, I mean, set it up. And how often out of 10 are you making it and you're drawing position and all that? I think it's still, I understand.
He's young and feeling good, though, obviously. Well, where's this going? Where's this going? Life is good for Shaw.
Yeah, earned a little roll there with that incredible play the last 8 games. And I'm not totally knocking it. You know what I mean? Like what he went for. I just felt like some type of safety was maybe the play. But maybe he feels like that Jayson's just doing everything right on that end as well, that maybe he needs to overcome it.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't knock a shot maker like AJ, especially in his form, but hindsight 2020, when we see him miss the ball, I was a little surprised he was shooting at it. Neither here nor there. Let's not take anything away from the guy at the table. Jayson Shaw, now leading 9-3, was initially trailing 3-0. No emotion from Shaw. This is the shot off the point. That's how it finished, just left of the 6. Ignacio looking to go one up here, and it really has been a dogfight for these two. Jeremy touching on the soft break from Jeffrey. I got to admit, I was feeling the same way. But we'll leave that up to the referees. Ignacio barely going ahead, 6-5. A big sigh of relief as that ball drops. There is the trophy in the background. It is gorgeous. This man has one thing on his mind. That's handling the job at head, one ball at a time. AJ, not much he can do. I didn't fault him for shooting pink. Felt like if he feels good about it, you got to take it on. The 1's down, 2's coming up. Oh, life really is good for Jayson Shaw. Tell you what, though, the balls know who's winning. They know who's playing good. And you earn these kind of things, these little things that happen from time to time. Jayson's been knocking on the door for the last 12 months. So close. Playing very, very well. Devotes all of his time to his craft. Just going to tuck down here one rail. Yeah, a little bit of a drop down angle here. Do you go 2 rails out or just hold it there? That'll work. Listen, it's been flawless, really, except for the missed 3. It's been all Jayson Shaw the last 10 racks. I mean, every single inch of it. And a break and run. It's going to get Shaw within 1. And finally we see him peer to the crowd with the ear. He knows when to celebrate. I don't say he's celebrating quite yet, Jeremy. But he also knows when he's one away, he can afford to maybe play the crowd just a bit.
Yeah, and here to table 2, it's kind of bogged down a little bit. Maybe a few safeties involved. One tough shot from the rail here. Looks like he can come left of the 7, a couple cushions. Just got to pocket it with a little speed. Should be okay. I I think that's where David's improved, really, is, he used to miss that odd ball here and there. And, some players, I think, felt if they kept on him, maybe get that miss, but not near as often.
Looks really comfortable, right? Has the whole time. He's playing at a pretty quick pace. As you touch on it, and I'm a big fan of the same thing, walking around, that's really where you settle yourself. But once he's down on the ball, he looks extremely confident.
Yeah, and the difference we have format-wise now down to 2 tables. Ooh, kind of squeezed that one home. The shot clock's being applied to both. So I think that has a little something to do with that pace on table 2 as well.
All right, Shaw, 1 away.
Yeah, does he rip the bank? It's there. The pink's pretty available. Got an easy safety, a couple of them really, but I think he's going to try and go. No, high ball, probably not.
Yeah, the green 6 or the yellow and black 9. It's the green 6. How's the speed? Pretty good.
Yeah, really good. Probably the jump cue from the kid. Try and jump, bang this away. Draw 1 rail behind the purple, I'm guessing. Could kind of send the cue ball forward towards the 4 and 8 also, banging the 3 back down. Yeah, he didn't get enough cut.
Yeah, he's going to go with this. It's all about the red 3 now.
Yeah, he's going to try and take a natural path, bottom rail, side rail, just past the side pocket. I think, anyways. I like that myself. Maybe just a touch of right spin.
Yeah, in the back of his mind, he's saying, if I miss this, miss it thin. The 18-year-old in AJ Manis wants to cut at this, trailing 10 games to 3. And he did cut at it. Jayson Shaw with an open look to the corner and to finish this match out in great fashion.
Yeah, I'm curious what the referee is holding. Thought at first it was a remote control of some sort, but there's another referee at the table taking care of the shot clock, so I'm really don't know. Yeah, that shot should do it.
You know, he told us before the match, Jeremy, well, he told us everything besides the fact that he wanted to make a statement. He comes into this match trailing 3 racks to 0. We see AJ score. He's still on 3. You cannot make a bigger statement than what Jayson's done here.
Yeah, he's just played an exceptional match. He's kept the brain intact. He's used the brain quite a bit to get this lead, and really, I think has missed 1 ball. And it's the ball in this rack, I think, on the 3.
Yeah, he missed the 3 straight in earlier, but he was trying to create the angle, so we'll give him that.
Yeah, that's when he fell flat on that. And that was in the last rack, actually. And in these 10 games he's lost, now it's going to be 11. I think AJ's only pocketed 2 balls. The thin cut shot on the 2, and the 3 he didn't get gathered position on the 2 to the 4. So my dad used to say, nothing wrong with a little small piece of humble pie, right? And I think AJ will take this hopefully the right way and move forward.
Yeah, Jayson said this is going to be the thriller in Manila. I think they might start calling him the driller in Manila. Playing the fans, Jayson Shaw, congratulations. You are in to the Final 4. And he's telling everyone to quiet down. And there you have it. Boy, what a match on the bottom half of that. Jayson Shaw and Arseny Sebastianov, both guys run and gun type players. Robbie Capita waiting in the wings for David Alcaide and Jeffrey Ignacio. David leading 7-6, and we are going to go over to that table number 2, now. Alcaide at the table. Tell you what, his pace around the table is pretty quick, and this is just what we were touching on. I feel like he's as confident as he's ever been. I think this tournament sets up for him. I think the pressure he's used to. He loves he loves the crowds. He's played the Mosconi Cup so many different times. He's a veteran of the sport. Doesn't mean that the pressure isn't going to get to him. But I think that as long as it gets to him and his opponent, it really helps him out. He likes those funny games where it's a tuck and nip style where you're just kind of grinding through it. David Alcaide absolutely full of heart as well. He is a bulldog. He'll fight to the bitter end. Has no let up, no give up in him. And he's a great guy. It's actually some of the quickest pool I've seen him play at times. I don't really remember him moving this quick, so the heart rate's definitely up, and he is definitely confident. This 9-ball to stretch his lead by 2, which I think seems like it's the biggest lead anyone's had in this match, except for potentially really early on. None of the fans have left. I'm looking at the third deck up to my left, and it is full. And there's a look. And this shot doesn't really do it justice. It's like that around this entire place. And they're great fans at that. Okay, Alcaide leading 8-6. It's a race to 11. Yeah, fortunate not to scratch down here in the lower right. He's got a thin shave on this 2 to the lower left. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a back and forth Double J. I don't know if you can like spin this in and threaten the right side pocket.
Yeah, I think it is. You know, technically you can spin it in, but I think it makes it very missable. Yeah, I think he is digging on it a little. Don't think the scratch is much of a worry. Oh, that ball slid in. Wow. He's going to fall okay.
He's acting like he's snookered here.
Wow, that camera's certainly fooling me then, and it's just got to be a little bit. Maybe even be able to jump it with your playing cue, really. But Doesn't look too worried.
You shouldn't have to elevate too much with these jump cues nowadays. If it's not bad, you don't want to get too high.
No, I think he wants to draw the ball a little. That's what it is. Yeah, he drew it a lot.
I didn't see any reason, though. He had a pretty good angle if he could have stopped there.
Yeah, now he's really perfect. Just to draw one rail over should fall nicely on the 5 to be really in good position on the green 6. So just maintain. And this will do. You're getting a lot out of the cue ball, huh?
Yeah, that cue ball really bounced off that right long rail. This table might be a bit springier than the main one.
And just going to pinch there.
Seven years young. Jeremy just touched on it. I've seen it over and over when we travel. David Alcaide likes to run. He'll run 5 to 7 miles a day. Hits the gym nonstop, and I think that is a key to his success.
Yeah, don't mind the beard either. Kind of like it on him. And now a 9-6 lead. There's the jump shot. Really made a nice one on the 2 that kind of wiggled home, but the stroke was good. That always helps. See the setting. I don't think we've really lost any, but may thin out a little bit after AJ's match, especially after a loss, but it's packed here on a Friday night. Yeah, the 1 down, the 2's going to be okay. They spread nicely. He's looking for the corner. I wonder if another look. Yeah, it's a little thin in the side, but not bad. If he could throw it in with the hair left, come 2 cushions in between the 7-8, but really if he can just take it in the corner and hold his ball, it should be all right. He's feeling pretty confident. And I guess that was all about position to get from the 3 to the 4 going forward here. Otherwise, I thought he may hold right there and take the 2 to the upper left, but maybe that just precluded him from getting easy position. You know, I was kind of wondering why he went forward on the 2, but again, David's very sharp with the cue ball, so hard to knock anything he's really doing. One of the shots that players don't like that much, they can't hit it easy and hold the ball. You can't put a lot of speed on it going forward, just kind of in the middle, just to coast past the purple on the right side. I always felt like it's easy to overcut this ball a little bit. Really good.
that was sweet. Avoiding the green 6, killing it off the bottom rail.
Yeah, now in perfect position, really. Yeah, those last few balls out in the center of the table, along with the 9, you just don't see that much. So it's easy to kind of question where you're going with the cue ball. I'm surprised he's stunned down to the rail there, to be fair, but thought it was a little chance of getting straight and then maybe having a problem.
Yeah, I'm with you. He had the entire left side of the table and open top side of the table. It's okay, but if he just stays above the 6, really got everything opened up here. Now he's kind of got to fight for one general area.
Yeah, and he's got to command the speed on somewhat of a punch shot, which is not always easy. You're fearing letting it go too much and getting way down on that top cushion, and now he's drawn quite thin. Now, it is very natural to get on the 8, so it's all about just knocking this in, which he has been very good this week.
Yeah, this is going to get close.
Scott, that ball kind of acted funny to me off the rails. I couldn't really tell you how he hit it, what kind of English, and what he did with it. It kind of stalled a little bit and then picked up a little speed. I didn't think it was going to get near that 8. But nevertheless, or nonetheless, he's on the hill.
Yeah, Alcaide. 10 games to 6, and what was really a dogfight early and mid-match, he has taken control.
So we're on the cusp of what we discussed earlier. 128-man board. There were some walkovers, of course, but those were mainly Filipino players that didn't make it. But out of all the Filipino players in the final 16 was 10? There were 10? Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. 10. I counted 10 in the final 16.
Yeah, and looking to maybe have 0 in this final 4, which can easily happen with the players that are non-Filipino in this event. Those are great players, of course, and win a lot of tournaments, win a lot of matches. But percentage-wise, what's the chances?
Yeah, and that might actually end up being the story. I don't know if Matchroom wants to make that the story, but pretty hard to believe if David seals the deal here that there are none into the final 4.
Yeah, and I mean, really should be the story. I think just tells you how good these other guys are as well. You go here, I mean, kind of feel like you got to, don't you?
Yeah, and he loves the inside ball. He likes to go to it a lot. I think you just put a pinch of inside. You don't need much, just a quarter of a tip. It's pretty natural to the upper left. Even if you went into the back of the 3, it's okay.
I think that's what I like the most, really. AJ shot a shot like this earlier today where he just kind of drew into that ball, the 3. Just kind of made it his most comfortable kind of way to make a big ball from distance, and hard to really argue that.
The only thing that's scary about that is possibly scratching off of the side of it.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try and dig and just hit it clean. Come between the 3-8. Caught it thick. He's going to get a little roll, it looks like. Yeah, and this is not easy. He quickly played the kick. It's going to be a gap.
Such a creative player. This is a tight gap if there is one. I think you can swerve maybe, but...
Yeah, this is one you will swerve at, though, if needed. You can kind of feel like you're going to hit it thick enough. He's going to be able to put him behind the 3. Yeah, didn't get the check on the ball. Cut the 2 a little much. So Mr. Ignacio has a chance.
Yeah, maybe needed to elevate the cue just a bit there to dig into it. Really fun player for me to watch is Ignacio. Got to go. Can he come 3 rails to the right of the 6, or does he have to go short side twice?
I think he can. He can cheat the pocket.
Oh, I felt like it was tough to beat the side.
Key to that is don't let up, right? That way that left spin takes off that second rail. Now in a prime position, or at least what looks like a prime position. Still some Filipino hope to make this Final Four. Yeah, and looking at that Final Four, Jayson Shaw will be taking on Arseny Sebastianov, and Robbie Capito will have the winner here. Let's just say David, goes on to win this. Percentages are, that's what's going to happen. Doesn't have to, of course, but you think the crowd gets behind Robbie Capito tomorrow with the Filipino blood? Jayson Shaw, maybe?
It's a good question. What was the last match that Robbie just won? He beat, who did he just beat? I covered that match, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. But I expected them. Oh, he beat Bernie Regulario.
That's right. Had a big lead. Yeah. You see this break here?
Yeah, this is really soft. I'm really surprised David hasn't said anything. Because when you touched on it, I actually touched on it as well.
He's raising his hands now. I see him.
Yeah, I do see him.
You see that? I mean, it's been time and time again.
Well, it's every single time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I just don't see how I can get passed over, especially because he's been, talked about in many other WNT events with the same issue.
But my question is, at that point, and I'm being honest, doesn't it come down to David? Like, where does this stop? How do you allow this to happen the entire match?
No, and with the rules in place, David shouldn't have to say a thing. The referee is supposed to be on top of this.
Correct, but at that point, when he isn't, it comes down. I'm speaking for myself. I'm not going to continue playing until this changes. That's just my thought.
Yeah, but David, he's probably like a lot of others. He doesn't want to look. He's going to end up looking like the villain, to most. Especially maybe he's in the Philippines right here. Maybe that's a little hairy to bring up. You know what I mean? Like moving forward. I mean, he is playing a Filipino player, and
Yeah, I mean, but he's over there throwing his hands up, right? I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
I just don't see how it's not addressed at all. I mean, it's been just time and time again. And there's been other issues with Ignacio as well, but
of course,
there's things that it's a real sport, and these referees need to really look at these things. And our local refs that are filling in, you know what I mean? I think that's a little harder for them at times, but
You know, Ben Taylor Fuentes is right over here to our left.
yeah, he's the one on the clock for that match. Which, again, during the Reyes Cup, I had a discussion with him about a soft break or two, and
Marcel Eckhart right over here, Jeremy. Sorry. So
yeah,
they're both on it, so I don't exactly understand.
yeah, physically on it, but not really, to me, not on it overall, because it's just been over and over. Great shot on the 2. Couldn't really do a whole lot. Funny little safety. Can he edge this and hold it behind those balls? Or is that just asking too much? That is asking too much, right?
Yeah, maybe. What about just drawing below the 9 and playing the 3 off the side of the 4? Is he worried about making the 3 in the upper left or 4 in the side?
Yeah, I don't think the 4 on the side, maybe cross side's a worry, but definitely the 3 will be moving towards that upper left corner. Don't mind the combination, to be fair.
Right. I agree. It's almost staring him down the face.
Yeah, he's just got to pinch it a hair. He hit it way thick.
Yeah, and the 4 going to open up. This is open season for Ignacio.
Yeah, and this, I mean, I'm not knocking Ignacio. If a referee, rules are there not to be bent necessarily or broken, but you can push them to the max. This is way under hit. You know what I mean? You can do that.
It's a sport. That's why the referees are in place.
Yeah. In golf, they get that full club, as far as they can take it to get that drop. And some other situations, and I think David's got a little piece of this, or is he going to jump it?
I guess I'm thinking, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. I know you're not either. We're discussing it, though. I guess I'm thinking, they've got to be on it. Maybe they're thinking, you notice the 7 did end up top, right? Maybe they're thinking that it's like really questionable, the hit. To me, it didn't look questionable. It didn't earlier. But maybe they're thinking that.
Well, it's just all about the arm motion. You can see it's just basically like a stop your ball shot from a few feet away.
Right. It's also, the 1 and the speed it's moving, right?
Yeah. Little roll there with the jump off the rail, off the back of the purple.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and where they're at and the whole thing.
Is he moving the purple here? Watch out, points. Very, very good. Ignacio will be kicking himself for that shot.
That's where David Alcaide is the greatest in these type of games. His win percentage has to be way up there. That's really good as well.
Yeah, I think the jump cue's on. One jump away from the semifinals if he can hold his ball.
Still really good touch, though, right?
Awesome shot.
Yeah. From there, it's so hard to handle that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have had the heart, really. I think I'm trying to leave him distance going long and make him bury a big one. Well, here is that big one. I think he makes it. Can he hold shape?
Does this have the speed? Oh, it's dove in to the point, just a touch. And the crowd holding their breath.
Can he play the 5 in this? Oh, yeah, he's got a shot. Not easy.
Yeah, keep your eye on the 9 here. Looks in there. Just a little tickle to the left.
Yeah, and it was position that caused that miss. If he just stopped, he was going to drift a little to the side, so he wanted to draw the cue ball. Oh, that's wide by
Way
some
wide.
piece.
Yeah, way wide.
Could be a 6-9 combo to finish the way this sits. I mean, right? Could be. Could come 2 cushions across.
Yeah, I don't mind the 6-9. It really helps you make the 5 as well. You get through the ball and you're comfortable shooting it that way. If you try to hold for position somehow, changes the stroke.
Yeah, you could fall funny on the 6 to get to the 7. Now, he played it light, and the speed is pretty ideal, it looks like. So
Yeah.
just a little draw stroke into the kitchen, just a little past the head string.
Yeah, big credit to the man at the table here for a huge battle. It was a dogfight mid-match. You don't want to fall straight there. Maybe you overamped it. A little pop from the cue ball. You see the movement of the head there like you didn't like it. Well, Jeremy, initially coming into today in the final 16, there was 10 Filipinos. Now, there are none.
Yeah, there aren't any, and Ignacio's going to try that shot. He missed in the side, but it's going to be Alcaide, Jayson Shaw, Robbie Capito, and Sebastianov. And watch out for that kid. He could do it.
All right, everybody. Couple of little highlights here. It's been a wild day, to say the least. We love everybody. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Alcaide gets this win. He will make it into the Final Four. Ignacio conceding. And here you have it. Here are the Final Four. We started today with 10 Filipinos. We leave today with 0. Robbie Capito versus Davey Alcaide. Arseny Sebastianov versus Jayson Shaw, starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. See you tomorrow. Have a good night.